Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to hear me because I did not come to entertain you. I came to wake you up. This moment, this exact moment could be the turning point of your entire life. I'm not talking about some resolution you'll forget by February. I'm talking about decisions that will shake the very foundations of where you are and catapult you into where you were meant to be. I know life has hit you. I know the weight of disappointment and the frustration of trying and failing. You have cried tears nobody saw, fought battles nobody knows about. But let me declare this over you, minus 2025 will not look like 2024. Some of you walked in here carrying baggage you've been dragging for years, maybe decades, broken dreams, financial struggles, fear, rejection, regret. I'm here to tell you that bag you've been carrying, it's time to put it down. You've been waiting on a breakthrough, but what if the breakthrough is waiting on you? I'm going to ask you one question, and I want you to answer this in your spirit. Are you ready to fight for the life you deserve? If you're willing to fight, lean in, because what I'm about to tell you today is going to equip you, empower you, and transform you. Don't you dare leave this room the same way you came in. The first step in turning your life around is recognizing what is holding you back. You see, you can't defeat an enemy you won't face. Many people spend years blaming their circumstances, their past, or the people around them, but they never pause long enough to ask, what's really holding me back? Until you confront what's limiting you, it will continue to control you. The truth is, more often than not, the biggest battle you face isn't on the outside, it's on the inside. It's in your mind, your habits, your fears, and your willingness to settle for less than what you are capable of. Some of us are fighting invisible chains. Chains of self-doubt, chains of fear, chains of comparison, chains of shame. These chains may not be visible to others, but they are heavy enough to weigh you down and keep you from moving forward. You carry them like luggage, dragging them from one year into the next, thinking that somehow things will change on their own. But listen to me carefully, change doesn't happen until you confront the chains. Change doesn't happen until you look your obstacles in the eye and say, enough is enough. Maybe what's holding you back is fear, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Fear has a way of freezing you in place and convincing you that moving forward is too risky. But the truth is, staying stuck is the real risk. You risk missing out on the life you were meant to live because you're too afraid to step into the unknown. Fear will whisper all kinds of lies to keep you paralyzed. You're not good enough. You'll never make it. You're going to fail. But let me remind you that fear is nothing but a bully that loses its power the moment you decide to push back. Maybe it's not fear. Maybe it's your past. You've been carrying mistakes, failures, and regrets like dead weight. Every time you try to move forward, your past pulls you back like an anchor. But I came to tell you this, you cannot change your past, but you can stop letting it define you. Whatever happened yesterday, let it go. You are not who you used to be. The mistakes you made do not have the power to determine your future unless you let them. This is the year you stop letting your history steal your destiny. It's the people around you who are holding you back. The voices you listen to, the environments you settle in, and the relationships you cling to can either push you towards your purpose or pull you away from it. You can't soar like an eagle if you're surrounded by chickens who are too afraid to fly. It's time to evaluate who and what you allow into your life. Surround yourself with people who see your potential, who speak life into you, and who refuse to let you settle for less than you deserve. Identifying what's holding you back is not about pointing fingers. It's about taking responsibility. It's about standing up and saying, I'm not going to let this hold me down any longer. You have the power to change, but you can't fight what you won't acknowledge. You can't fix what you won't face. So this year, make it your mission to identify every obstacle, every limitation, and every excuse and confront it. Because once you identify what's holding you back, you've already won half the battle. You are stronger than your circumstances, greater than your fears, and bigger than any chain that's trying to hold you down. This is your time to break free. You were not placed on this earth to simply exist. Your life has a purpose, a divine assignment that only you can fulfill. deep within you is a gift, a talent, or a calling that the world is waiting to see. But the sad reality is that too many people live their entire lives without ever discovering it. They wander aimlessly day after day as though they have no reason to be here. But I came to tell you today that you were created for a reason, and it's time to activate your purpose. Purpose is not something that someone else hands to you. It's something that you discover for yourself. You won't find it by living on autopilot or settling for a life of mediocrity. You have to search for it. You have to seek it out with intention and determination. Inside of you are gifts you haven't used yet. There are ideas you haven't acted on and dreams you haven't pursued because you have allowed distractions, excuses, or fear to rob you of your purpose. You keep saying, I'll do it next year when the time is right, but let me remind you that purpose doesn't wait. Purpose is not something you chase in the distant future. Purpose is something you step into right now. What is your purpose? That's the question you must begin to ask yourself. What sets your soul on fire? What do you feel passionate about, even when no one is watching? What would you do for free because it brings you so much joy? Purpose is not always about fame or fortune. It's about impact. It's about using what you've been given to make the lives of others better. For some, purpose is found in creativity, in teaching, in serving, or in leading. For others, it's found in their family, in their community, or in their careers. Your purpose might be to raise a family that changes the world. Your purpose might be to write a book, start a business, build a ministry, or create a legacy. Whatever it is, it's unique to you. The problem is, many people are waiting for permission to walk in their purpose. They are waiting for someone to validate them, approve of them, or give them the green light to start. But let me tell you this, you don't need anyone's permission to activate what's already inside of you. You don't need the world to agree with your purpose for you to walk boldly in it. The gifts God placed in you are yours to use. Stop waiting for people to see your value when your Creator has already approved of you. Purpose is powerful because it gives your life direction. It helps you get out of bed in the morning with passion and excitement because you know that you are working towards something greater than yourself. When you activate your purpose, you no longer live to please people. You no longer chase after things that don't fulfill you. Instead, you start aligning your actions, your time, and your energy with your destiny. And when you align with your purpose, doors begin to open. Opportunities begin to appear. Favor begins to flow because you are walking in the lane you were designed for. Purpose is not always easy. Walking in your calling requires sacrifice. It requires focus. It requires discipline and commitment because the path of purpose is not free of challenges. There will be days when you feel unqualified. There will be moments when you want to give up. But hear me when I say this purpose will sustain you through every storm. When you know why you're here, you can endure the hard days. You can push through the obstacles because you understand that what you're doing matters. So this year, stop living a life of accident and start living with intention. Start asking yourself the tough questions. Start exploring what's inside of you. Start tapping into the gifts that have been dormant for too long. Don't let another year go by without activating your purpose. Because when you discover your why, you'll never live another day feeling lost. You'll realize that your life has meaning. You'll understand that you are here for a reason. And once you step into that purpose, nothing and no one will be able to stop you. If you want to turn your life around, you have to break free from the prison of your comfort zone. Comfort is one of the most dangerous places you can live because it feels safe, it feels familiar, but it keeps you small. It's like being in a room with walls you can't see, walls you built yourself with fear, routine, and complacency. You tell yourself you're fine, you're content, but deep down, you know you were made for more. Deep down, you know you are stuck. Staying in your comfort zone may feel good for a moment, but over time, it will rob you of your potential, your growth, and your destiny. The truth about comfort is this: it tricks you. It whispers to you, why push yourself? Why take risks? Why try when you might fail? It feeds you lies that keep you paralyzed. It tells you to settle for what you have rather than pursue what you deserve. But here's what you must understand: there is no growth in comfort. There is no breakthrough in playing it safe. You cannot step into the fullness of who you are meant to be while clinging to what's familiar. Growth requires you to stretch. It requires you to move. It requires you to face discomfort and push beyond it. Sometimes we confuse comfort with peace. But peace is not the absence of challenges. Peace is found in knowing you're walking in the right direction, even when it's hard. Being comfortable might make you feel at ease today, but it will cost you opportunities tomorrow. It will cost you the life you dream of living because you're too afraid to let go of what's good enough to reach for what's great. You can't build an extraordinary life by living in the ordinary. You can't achieve the dreams in your heart while staying stuck in the same routines, the same patterns, and the same environment that have never served you. Stepping outside your comfort zone isn't easy. It will challenge everything in you. You will feel afraid. You will feel unsure. You might even feel like you're failing at times. But that's where the magic happens on the other side of discomfort. Every time you stretch yourself, you grow. Every time you face fear and do it anyway, you become stronger. Every time you take a step toward the unknown, you gain confidence in yourself and your ability to handle the journey. You begin to realize that fear isn't as powerful as it pretends to be. It's nothing more than a shadow that disappears when you move toward it. Some of you have been sitting on dreams because the thought of stepping out terrifies you. You have an idea for a business, but keep talking yourself out of it. You've been wanting to pursue a new career, learn a new skill, or take a leap of faith, but you keep saying, "I'm not ready." Let me tell you something, you will never feel 100% ready. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, it will never come. The perfect moment is now. Start where you are. Use what you have. Take the first step and trust that the next step will become clear as you go. The greatest transformations happen when you decide that staying where you are is no longer an option. When you realize that the pain of staying the same is greater than the discomfort of growth, that's when you will move. And once you step out of your comfort zone, you'll wonder why you waited so long. You'll discover strengths, talents, and resilience within you that you never knew existed. You'll look back and see that every risk, every challenge, and every moment of discomfort was worth it because it brought you closer to the person you were always meant to be. This year, make a decision to stop playing it safe. Stop settling for less than what you know you're capable of. Stop letting fear keep you comfortable. The life you want, the opportunities you dream of, and the breakthroughs you've been praying for are waiting for you, but you'll never reach them from where you're standing now. Take the risk, face the challenge, embrace the discomfort. Because growth begins the moment you decide to step beyond the borders of your comfort zone. If you want to change your life, you must first change your mindset. The way you think determines the way you live. It is impossible to create a new future with the same old mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality, and until you rewire the way you think, you will continue to live in the same cycles of frustration, mediocrity, and stagnation. The mind is powerful. It can either be your greatest tool or your greatest obstacle. Too many people are walking around as prisoners in their own minds, held captive by thoughts of doubt, defeat, and limitation. But I came to tell you that it's time to take control of your thinking and align your mind with the life you desire. The first step to shifting your mindset is recognizing that your thoughts are not just harmless ideas, they are seeds. Every thought you think plants a seed in the soil of your life, and those seeds grow into habits, actions, and ultimately your reality. If you are constantly thinking thoughts of, "I can't," "it's too hard, I'll never make it," you are planting seeds of failure. Those seeds will grow and you'll look around and wonder why nothing in your life is changing. But if you begin to plant seeds of possibility, growth, and faith, seeds like I am capable, then you will begin to see transformation in your life. What you feed your mind determines what you produce in your life. Too many of us have been conditioned to think small. Somewhere along the way, someone told you that you weren't good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough, and you believed it. That one negative comment became a stronghold in your mind, and now you limit yourself without even realizing it. But hear me when I say this, you are not what they said about you. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are greater than the labels placed on you. It's time to tear down every lie, every limiting belief, and every negative thought that has held you back. Shifting your mindset requires intentionality. You cannot change your thinking by accident. You must guard your mind like a fortress and become careful about what you allow in. Stop listening to voices that tear you down. Stop feeding yourself negativity from people, media, and environments that do not serve you. Instead, start surrounding yourself with thoughts, words, and people who lift you higher. Feed your mind with positivity. Fill your spirit with faith. Speak life over yourself every single day. Words have power. So when you wake up in the morning, declare, I am strong, I am worthy, I am able, I will not be defeated, I will not quit. Changing your mindset also means learning to see challenges as opportunities. Life will not always be easy. You will face setbacks, obstacles, and storms that threaten to knock you down. But when you shift your thinking, you realize that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. You begin to understand that setbacks are setups for comebacks and failures are lessons that equip you for the next level. The same situation that once defeated you can now develop you if you change the way you look at it. Your mind is the battleground where your future is won or lost. If you can conquer your thoughts, you can conquer your life. Stop letting negativity, fear, and doubt hold you hostage. Take control of your mind and start aligning your thoughts with the person you want to become. Because once your mindset shifts, everything around you will begin to change. Your actions will change. Your relationships will change. Your habits will change. And eventually your life will reflect the shift that started in your mind. So don't underestimate the power of your thoughts. Change starts on the inside. If you want a new life, start by creating a new mindset. Because when your mind believes it, your life will begin to achieve it. If you want to turn your life around, you must embrace discipline and consistency. Nothing in life worth having comes without effort. Dreams don't come true by chance. They come true when you are willing to do the work day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It is the key that unlocks the door to success, growth, and transformation. But listen to me carefully, discipline is not just about motivation. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you going when motivation fades. Too many people start strong but never finish because they rely on how they feel. If they feel inspired, they take action. If they don't, they sit back and wait for inspiration to come again. But let me tell you, these feelings are unreliable. They change from moment to moment. If you want to see real change, you must learn to show up for yourself regardless of how you feel. Discipline says, I'll do it anyway. Discipline says, I'll take action even when it's hard. Discipline says, I will not let excuses stop me from reaching my goals. Discipline is doing the small, unglamorous things every single day that move you closer to your dreams. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's putting in extra effort when no one is watching. It's making sacrifices today to build the life you want tomorrow. The truth is, most people give up because they underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. They look for shortcuts. They want overnight success. But success doesn't happen overnight. It happens one step at a time. It happens when you choose to be faithful in the little things over and over again until the results begin to show. Let me give you an example. If you want to get in shape, you don't go to the gym one time and expect to see a six-pack in the mirror. No, you show up every day, you do the work. And over time, the results start to show. It's the same with your dreams. You don't write a book in one day, but if you write one page a day, you'll have a book in a year. You don't build a business overnight, but if you work on it every day, step by step, you'll look up one day and realize how far you've come. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. Here's the secret: discipline doesn't just build your results, it builds you. When you practice discipline, you become stronger. You become more resilient. You prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Every time you show up, you build trust in yourself. You build a habit of success. You begin to believe that you are capable of achieving your goals, and that belief will carry you through the toughest days. I know discipline isn't easy. There will be moments when you feel tired, frustrated, and ready to quit. But when those moments come, remind yourself why you started. Keep your eyes on the vision of who you want to become. Remind yourself that every sacrifice, every effort, and every step is bringing you closer to that vision. Nothing is wasted when you stay consistent. Every small action compounds into something greater. So make a decision today. Decide that you will show up for yourself no matter what. Decide that you will do the work even when it's hard. Commit to your goals, commit to the process, and commit to being consistent. Because when you combine discipline with consistency, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Your dreams are possible, but you have to be willing to put in the work, one day at a time. If you want to make 2025 the year you turn your life around, you must take action now, not tomorrow, not next week, not someday, right now. Too many people live their lives waiting for the perfect moment. They tell themselves, I'll start when I'm ready, I'll take action when the timing is right, or I'll move when things settle down. But the perfect moment does not exist. If you wait for everything to line up perfectly, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. Waiting is just an excuse that keeps you stuck where you are. The time for action is now, because now is the only moment you are guaranteed. There's a trap that too many people fall into. It's called procrastination. Procrastination is a silent killer of dreams. It whispers, you have time. You can do it later, but later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week, and next week turns into another year gone by without any progress. The danger of procrastination is that it steals your time while giving you the illusion that you're safe. But let me tell you something, time is your most valuable resource, and once it's gone, you don't get it back. The longer you wait to take action, the further you push yourself from the life you want. Taking action does not mean you have to be perfect. Too many people never start because they're afraid of making mistakes. They tell themselves, I don't know enough, I'm not ready yet, or what if I fail? But hear me clearly, action beats perfection every single time. You don't have to have it all figured out to begin. You don't have to see the entire staircase to take the first step. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Progress is not about perfection, it's about movement. When you take action, you begin to create momentum. And momentum will take you further than you ever thought possible. Let me remind you that action is not about taking one big leap. It's about taking consistent, intentional steps. Small actions compound into big results. Maybe you've been dreaming of starting a business, going back to school, writing a book, or improving your health. You don't have to do it all at once, but you do have to start. Make the call, write the first page, sign up for the class, get to the gym, do something today that moves you closer to your goal. Even the smallest step forward is still progress, and every step builds your confidence and strengthens your resolve. Some of you are afraid to take action because you're waiting for everything to be perfect. But let me tell you, these conditions will never be perfect. Life will always have challenges, distractions, and unexpected obstacles. If you let those things stop you, you'll never move. Successful people are not people who had perfect conditions. They are people who took action in spite of their circumstances. They decided that their dreams were worth fighting for, even in the midst of uncertainty. You have to want your future more than you want your excuses. You have to want your breakthrough more than you want your comfort. The truth is, change doesn't happen by talking about it. It doesn't happen by wishing for it. Change happens when you take action. The life you dream of is on the other side of action. Your potential is waiting to be unlocked, but it requires you to move. So stop putting it off. Stop telling yourself one day and start telling yourself day one. Let today be the day you decide that enough is enough. Let today be the day you take the first step, no matter how small. Don't let fear, doubt, or procrastination rob you of another year. Your future depends on what you do today. Take action now, because now is the moment that can change your life forever. As you stand on the edge of 2025, I want you to take a good look at where you are and where you want to be. This year can be the year that changes everything, but it starts with a decision. A decision to break free from your comfort zone, to shift your mindset, to embrace discipline, and to take action now. Your life will not change by accident. It will change when you take responsibility for your growth and commit to showing up for yourself every single day. You've heard the truth. Nothing changes until you change. If you want something different, you must do something different. Don't let another year pass you by. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let doubt convince you that you're not ready. You are ready. You are equipped. You have everything you need to take the next step toward the life you were created to live. It won't always be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. The life you want is within reach, but it will not come to you. You must go after it. You must fight for it. You must show up day in and day out and refuse to quit. The world is waiting for the greatness inside of you to come alive. Your family, your community, your future self, they are all depending on the choices you make today. So let this be the year you stop talking about it and start being about it. 2025 can be your turning point. It can be the year you look back on and say, that's when everything changed, but it starts with you. It starts with one decision, one step, one moment of courage. Don't let this year slip through your hands. Rise up, take action, and turn 2025 into the year you become everything you were meant to be. The time is now. This is your moment. Go get it.